Hello and welcome to the recording of cost of sales paid using the owner's cash. We have an illustration document in the bottom right hand corner. This document by classification should be filed on the purchases and payments file. Let's identify vital information on this document. The account to be debited should be the materials account, and it should be the one with the standard VAT rate. Number 2, the account credited is the personal cash account, and that one should be capital investment, really. The next important issue is the amount paid, which is 516. The next important is the date of the transaction, which is the 1st of November. We are now ready to record the transaction or the document. So while in the accounting tab, move to the cost of sales, click, identify the cost of sales form, click that, and the form comes up. When this form comes up, the first task is to narrow down to the appropriate VAT rate. Now, according to this document, that is 20% VAT. By default, where it's not indicated, the VAT rate is 20%. Where it's 5%, normally we indicate on the source document. So we proceed to the VAT drop down and select 20%. That one gives us at least 2 more rows for recording the VAT amounts. So we start by identifying the account to be debited. Click the drop down and we want stock purchases at the standard rate. Click that, then tab. In the next cell, we should identify the account to be credited. And this was personal cash used. So click the drop down and scroll down to capital added, account 258. That is to be credited. Now we tab, this is not optional, move to the amounts box. In here, we record the amount to be debited to the stock purchases account, and that amount should be the net amount, which is 430. This one goes to purchases VAT account, and this total is credited to the capital added account. So we type our 430, and as you can see, the gross of 516 is auto-generated, purchases VAT of 86 auto-generated, and the one below as well. Click tab, and now we need the narration. Our narration can be materials. That should be sufficient. Type that in. Materials, it's duplicated below. Next, we're in the source document box, and the document number is 2. So we type our 2 in there. When we tab, it's duplicated below to save us time. And next we are in the date box. The date is 1st November, so that is 02/11/15. Tab, and for our demo business, November was the first month. So we can click the drop down there, select 01. And when 01 is selected, the quarter comes automatically. And since we don't intend to modify the narrations on the rows below, we just click Insert. When Insert is clicked, the data is pasted on the double entry sheet, as you can see in the background there. And when OK is clicked, the form disappears. And there we are. We have our date, the month, the quarter, the narration, document number, transaction number is 1, auto-generated, and it's 1 because there is no prior transaction on the same sheet. Now, the debit amount of 430 goes to count 22. The minus gross of 516 is credited to the capital added account. Purchases amount debited to account 218, and net purchases goes to account 266 for generating a VAT computation. And remember, this 86 is posted to both the VAT ledger and general ledger. Now we are ready to update our reports. Control Alt F5. Control Alt F5 once, and then Control Alt F5 twice. Next, we confirm if the transaction has been posted. So we start with the general ledger. The 3 entries on account 22, account 218, account 258. 258 is credited since it's a negative amount. These two are debited. Quick look at trial balance. The grand total is a 0, confirming that double entry is perfect. There is no error. Can have, what else can we look at? Let's look at the balance sheet quickly. Balance sheet for the first quarter shows that 516 of personal money was used. There is a net loss of 430 since materials were bought and so far there is no income recorded, and that means there is the net business assets is 86 and the change in equity is 86 as well. And that's about it about this document. So we go back to our double entry page and scroll down to where the transaction was recorded. Thank you so much. We'll meet on the next